Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I wanted to do an everyday work makeup look, or if you're going to an interview makeup look. To be honest, I actually do not wear makeup every day to work or really every day at all, but I know that a lot of you guys like to wear makeup or you want to look a little more put together and awake when you go to work, which is not a bad thing. I have noticed here in the tech world that a lot of people do not wear makeup, or they wear very minimal makeup, or at least they look like they're not trying very hard. So I would say that you don't want to come with a full face with a ton of eyeshadow, heavy eyeliner, lashes and everything, unless that's your industry or unless that's something that you really enjoy doing. I would keep it to a minimum. You don't want to look like you're going out or that you're trying too hard. You want to look like your best version of yourself. So I think that this makeup look is great for that because it accentuates your eyes mostly and it keeps everything else sort of minimal so that you don't look too crazy, but you do look a little more awake. Also, for an interview, I think it's great to look like the best version of yourself because it's your first impression with that person and the interviewer. And although we don't like to hear it, what you look like does matter a little bit. That's why you want to dress professionally and you want to look put together. This will just set you off on the right foot so that when you answer all of the questions, they'll just get to know and like you even more and more. So if you want to see how this look is done, then keep on watching. So first, I'm starting off with my bare face. I'm going to pin my hair back and then we'll get started. I'm actually not going to put any foundation on because I feel like every day at work you don't want to wake up and have to put foundation on if you don't need to, and even in interviews you don't want to seem like you're trying too hard or that you have too much caked on your face. If you have a tinted moisturizer or a light foundation, or if you like foundation every day, then definitely go for it. But for me personally, I'm just going to do a little bit of cover up and concealer, and then mostly focusing on the eyes and just to look a little more awake and put together rather than like you just woke up from bed. So I'm going to first start with some concealer. So I'm using the Makeup Forever Full Concealer in 7. I have been using this for years and it's great because it's really full coverage, and sometimes I have little dark spots, some acne scarring, things that I just want to cover up to make my face look more like a blank palette. I'm just going to squeeze some onto my finger and then dab it into my face. Alright, now that I'm all concealed, I'm going to do my brows. I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in medium brown. I've also been using this for years. I think a brown color is good even though I have black hair because my hair is technically not black, it's more of a dark brown because of the sun. And so I feel that using a medium brown or a shade a little lighter than your actual hair color is actually more beneficial. Now I'm going to go in with the side with the crayon and do some light strokes to fill in a little bit of my brows. Again, I think when you are going into work or if you're doing an interview, you don't want to look too crazy, so you definitely want to go for a more natural look. And so even with the brows, unless you're used to doing really heavy brows, I would just do some light strokes to sort of just fill in the sparse areas, but not try to be too heavy-handed. And you can always correct anything with the spoolie. Alright, brows are done. Now even though I'm not doing any foundation, I am going to do a little bit of contour and highlight. So I'm going to take my Charlotte Tilbury palette and I'm going to just contour the hollows of my cheeks. Again, you don't want to go too overboard, just a light carving so that you look a little more defined. Now for highlighter, I'm going to try a new highlighter from Glossier that my sister got me for Christmas. This is their Haloscope. It's more of like a stick highlighter. I've never tried this before, so I'm really interested to see what it'll be like. And this is in Moonstone. I'm going to put that on the high points of my cheek and then sort of blend it in. This is nice. It's not like super heavy, but it definitely gives you a bit of shine. I don't know if you guys can see it. Okay, so the face is almost done. I'm going to do some blush now. I'm going to use my Glossier Cloud Paint in Puff. I've been really enjoying these Glossier cloud paints because they're liquid. I feel like it's a lot easier to put on than powder blush, and it gives you more of that glow from within look. The puff color might look a little scary because it looks like a bubblegum pink, but Once you put it on, it's not that bad. Usually I start in the middle and then dab outwards and then just blend it in. So now I'm going to move you guys in a little closer to get started on my eyes. Okay, so first I'm going to prime my lids with my Nars Smudgeproof eyeshadow base. This is just really an essential step because you want to make sure that your eyeshadows will last all day long, especially if you're at work. You won't have time to really apply or really go to the bathroom that much, so you want to make sure that it is looking good. And now I'm going to go in with my Anastasia Soft Glam palette. This is a really good palette with some good neutral browns and natural colors. I think for an everyday work makeup look, you want to make it easy, and so I'm only going to use 1 or 2 shadows, and I want it to look like my eyes are just naturally enhanced and not too intense. Unless you're working for a different type of company that's very creative, for a typical corporate job or a tech startup even, you want to go with no shadow at all or a really light shadow that is similar to your own skin tone. That way it just enhances your features, but it doesn't detract from your face. So I'm just going to go into this burnt orange color and put that all over my lids. As you can see, it's a really good natural brown, but it has a little bit of color so that it gives my monolids more of a definition. And usually I go up until about here, leaving the brow bone untouched. So now I'm going to define the outer corners a little bit. I'm going to do a little bit of a V on the outer corner just to make it a little more defined. So now I'm going to go into this color Rustic and use that for the outer V. Again, you don't want to go too crazy, and don't worry, we'll blend it out later. You're basically creating a bit of a wing on the outer V of your eye here. Alright, now we're going to blend it in. I'm going to take the sienna color and then use it to blend in the eyeshadows. So I'm really focusing this on the outer V area where that brown was to make sure I smoke it out and then bring it in towards the middle. You guys out a little bit, and I know it looks a little intense, but I think it's lighting. Of course you can do a lot less. You can do more lighter colors if you think this is a little too much. Once you put the eyeliner on and you do your lashes, it'll look a little more put together. I'm going to go back into burnt orange again and sort of get rid of some of the harsher lines that I see to sort of blend out the eyeshadow a little bit more. Now I'm going to go into this color Tempera and highlight the brow bone. Eyeshadow is now done. I'm going to put my eyeliner on. I use the Kat Von D tattoo eyeliner in Trooper, and I'm just going to do a typical wing. So for this, I like to start in the middle and then draw it out, and then go a little bit shorter than maybe where my eyebrow ends. So it sticks out a little bit, but not too much. For this eye, I do it a little differently where I start on the edge and come in, but I feel like this eye is always a struggle. Now that the eyeliner's done, all that's left to do is the mascara. I've been using this Hourglass mascara, the Caution mascara, and it's been pretty good so far. So I think I'm going to use it again. I'm just going to curl my lashes and then do the mascara. do any mascara on the bottom lashes normally because I feel like it doesn't add that much, and the makeup look I want to try to keep as limited as possible, so I'm just going to finish up with the lips. I'm going to use another Glossier product, and it's their Generation G lipstick in Leo, which is a very neutral, natural brown color. It just adds a little bit of color, but not too much. So I'm just going to dab it, and it's nice because you don't have to be like super precise with it. So here is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As you can see, it's a very natural, neutral brown look with focus really on the eyes to make you look a little more awake and to make you look more put together. I really tried to keep everything down to a minimum, including the blush, the lips, and really just accentuate the eyes a little bit. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it and subscribe for more content, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!